Welcome back to Tied Up with the Morgans. We're up here behind our place. Our house is down that way. Kids here, just another beautiful day in the snow. Well, we had a lot of that lately, but I wanted to show you one of my favorite trees and also a natural spring that we found. There's Ty and Thea. They hiked up the creek and we found some natural springs. We actually found them last year, but it's a lot easier to find springs when there's snow because that water is always coming out and it's gonna melt the snow, so you can kind of just find those spots easier. A little slippery here. Thea's mitten came off, so we're gonna get Thea all situated and then we'll take a look at this spring and the tree. Little Norway spruce here that got lit up by some bucks. Yep, always a game of putting the gloves back on. It's really steep. I don't know if you can tell, but this is steep, but our place is right there and the goat's right over there. Look at that buck rub. That's a joke. It's just dead tree. I always love this creek bed here. It doesn't look like this, pretty steep, pretty big drop off. But I mean, when you're a kid, like 5, 3, heck, even like 15, this would be fun. I'm having fun at 31 because this is a pretty big drop for just, you know, some random Western Pennsylvania hills, right? But as a kid, this is like a real mountain. It might not show in the video, but this is significant for a kid. So there's our house right over there. So it's fun for the kids. But here's the spring. And you can see, this is what I was talking about, right? Everywhere else you look, it's just snow other than the creek. Then you look up on this hill and you see a patch of no snow. So then you just follow it to the top. Nothing up there. It's right here. Let me turn my flash on and I'll show you the start of it. All right, so you can see right here is, there it is. That is where it's coming out of. So maybe we'll do a video on putting a pipe in that. I've never done that before. I think I have to like kind of dig it out, put some gravel in, make like a little basin or something. You can tell I had no idea what I'm talking about, but I will figure it out. But yeah, that's it. It's been single digits this week and that's still flowing. There's Ty down there swinging around on a grapevine. Those are just a blast as a kid. Very Tarzan-like. Every kid's got to do it. You do got to be careful what you're pulling on. You don't want to pull any dead stuff on top of you. So that's the spring. We're going to definitely figure that out. And we found some springs the other day on another part of the property. But now I want to show you one of my favorite trees on the property. All right, so here's Thea here and then Ty down in the little ravine there. But we're gonna head back up the hill. We got up to the top and then came down to show you the spring. Now we're gonna go back up. I'll show you a beautiful white oak. I would guess over 300 years old. And it's really cool because it's right at the top of this little valley here. Right towards the top is a big, beautiful white oak. And it just feels right looking up the hill, seeing that there, thinking of the amount of life it has supported in its lifetime is incredible. Thousands of different animals, not species, but thousands of different animals. A lot of species, especially when you count insects too. Incredible. So we're gonna head up there, look at that. The other cool thing is to think there's a lot of white oaks in this area. How many of them came from that white oak? It's definitely the oldest white oak around. The only one I would think is older is across my parents' house. I don't know if you ever heard me or my dad talk about that. There's one right by their house on the neighbor's property that's just giant. But I'd say those are the two oldest white oaks that I know of within a few miles, really, that I think I know of at all. So let's go take a look. I ran up ahead to show you that white oak before it got dark. I heard Thea crying, I think because she got left behind, and sweet little Ty beat me to it. And I found him with his arm around Thea. Did you help Thea?
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, Ty. You all right, Thea? They've walked up this hill at least 2 times, maybe 3 times so far tonight from our house. Yes. Well, here it is. Just carried Thea and ran up this hill. But this is it. Beautiful tree. And you have a creek bed right here. Very gnarly though. Got a lot of big dead branches there, and all these different nubs here. This is dead. That one's dead. Just an awesome tree. Quercus alba, white oak. And there's a lot of white oaks in this area, like I said. That most definitely came from this. Ty made it. So stuff like this really is special. Yeah. You can see those lights down there. That's our chicken run there. I don't know if you see way down there. All right, guys. Well, that's, like I said, that's one of my favorite trees that we have around here. It's a white oak. We'll dive into the white oaks more in this spring, but it supports, you know, over 300 species of caterpillar, which is incredible. Thousands of insects and species. It's just an amazing tree. And I've said it before, but it's the king of the forest, and it really is. And this one really is. When I think of the white oak as the king of the forest, I think of this tree. Especially because it's, like I said, at the top of this valley. It just feels right, you know. This is it, looking over its kingdom. That's just the weird stuff I think about. Very cool tree. So we're headed to my parents now, and it's getting dark. Just wanted to take a few minutes, show you that spring, and show you this beautiful tree that deserves respect.
I want to go to Yaya's, Dad.
Ty wants to go to Yaya's, so we're gonna go. All right, Thea, Ty, you ready?
Yes.
Yep, gonna carry Thea, but we will see you on the next video. Thanks. Want to say bye?
Bye. Bye.
There it is right there.
Daddy,
Yeah, Thea?
we lost.
Maybe we're lost. No, there's our house down there. You see the lights?
I don't see it.
This is such a nice valley here. And the trail to my parents is just right there, so. All right, it is the next evening, and I'm just running up to that spring. Gonna throw a little flag there and go check some others so I can find it whenever I'm ready to develop the spring. So this is a south-facing slope, okay? And over there too, obviously, gets hammered with the sun. And you can tell there's like no snow up on that hill. Whereas over here, it's all snow, nothing melted. It's pretty amazing. And so really there's our house there. So everything behind the house just gets hammered with the sun. And today there were no clouds. It was a beautiful day, 35, 36. We lost a lot of snow, but at the bottom of our driveway, just like this and everything over there across the road, you can see there's snow everywhere. But I want to show you what it looks like at the bottom of our driveway. We're going to go mark this spring, and then I want to show you the bottom of our driveway, where the culvert runs under our driveway. It's really cool. So this is that same place we were yesterday, earlier in the video. And this is a cool little natural land bridge here. I don't even know how that happened. I guess just sediment filling in. I don't know, actually. You know, there's a tree growing right there. So anyways, yeah, this is like a land bridge here. And the creek just flows right under it. But that spring's not too far from here. You can see I'm standing on it, and it's really firm. Like, anyways, let's go put this flag in. Here's that spot. You can see all the water. It'd be cool to see how much water it actually produces. And I would not be surprised if there's more around here. I know there's more that way. Behind our house, it is just muddy year-round in a lot of spots, so I'd like to find those springs. Okay, marked it with a little orange flag. And I'd like to find more of these because our backyard up in the woods behind our house. It's just so muddy year round, especially headed towards Maple Grove. The trail is always muddy, and I know there's springs around, so I'd like to mark them. It's easier when there's snow right now, because if it's just muddy, it's kind of hard to find that because the mud's just all disturbed. But like yesterday and now you can see where the water was flowing, so it's easier. But here you can kind of see all the snow to this side of the hill. And it's amazing, there is a big temperature difference. There really is. Like from standing in our yard to going to the bottom of our yard, or even over there, that snow really cools things down more than it doesn't. The thing is, the ground's not muddy yet. That's the good thing. I'm stumbling all over the place here, but the ground is still frozen. So we're gonna head over towards Maple Grove. All right, we're over here near Maple Grove, and here's another site here. I just kicked back my boot, and there's lots of water coming out. This is not so through this trail is really bad. Actually, this is probably a better spot. You can see all this ice. Trying to find. But anyways, we'll just throw a flag in. Another spot right here. And I'm sure there's more. Wow, this ice here. I'm falling in like a foot here. But anyways, I don't know if I already said, but I wanted to put these flags in now. That way it's easier to find this when things are melted. So that's Maple Grove. Put in 3 flags that I found 3 different springs for, but this I really want to figure out. There's just, since we've been here, it's so much water through here. Now, most of the year I can't mow a lot of this, and there's just so much water coming out of the earth, but I just don't know where. But anyways, yeah, and I mean all summer, right? The only time is if it's like a severe drought for here, right? It's not like a drought out west, but you know, a month without rain, that's pretty uncommon for here. And then I can usually come through here with the mower, even though there's really not much, because it always gets torn up with the side-by-side. But anyways, what I'm trying to say, it is always muddy, and I'd like to find where that source is coming from and get that cleaned up. But here's what I was talking about, the way this sun just melted everything today. And in here we have a big swale and a French drain put in here because there's just so much water that comes down from this hill. And you can hear I'm standing on all ice. Like, it's just so much water just falling through. Look at that. So yeah, a lot to figure out, but would like to get that figured out. This French drain saved everything here from the garden, because it would just be a swamp. But still would like to catch everything as it comes down here. Igloo's on its way out. I made the front end far too narrow, but I mean, it's been a month at least. There's more of that water that's just here year round. Gonna figure it out one day, and I'm gonna have thousands of gallons of water a day, I hope. It's amazing how much snow there is down here. Parts of the creek are still frozen, and it is so much colder down here. And then up there and straight behind the house, all the snow's gone. But just in here, like, whoa. This is the culvert under our driveway. This is the bottom of our driveway, this big culvert we have. And you can see the water is flowing under the ice. Pretty gnarly down here. That's really cool. A lot of ice. And today was 36. But there's no sun down in here. I'm standing on the ice too. It's thick enough, very thick. That's crazy.